Like the shot selection, when you were hoping.
Well, I'll go back and look at the film, but I think that, we could have had the ball popping a little bit more. What got us our great run at the end of the third, the beginning of the fourth, the ball was moving, ball was popping, playing out of our motion actions. But again, down the stretch, I think we got to look at, they started picking up the traps. And we understand we want to get somebody in the middle of the floor to be that primary playmaker again. But I think we began to chase it a little bit.
After halftime, Detroit seemed out of rhythm. Did you like the defensive effort? It seemed like that was starting to click there in the second half.
I did. I really did. I think 21 and 24 in the third and fourth. I think that's a good defensive effort. Understanding what we gave up in the first half, we made some adjustments, and then being able to just keep them off balance a little bit. I think that's where we did a better job.
Gary Harris obviously has been on a roll the last few weeks, but tonight with his season best 28 points, what did you see out of him tonight?
He's been great. He's been absolutely great. Stepping into the shot when he needs to, taking on the defensive assignments when we ask him to. But again, that's what his veteran leadership has done for us in the locker room as well as on the floor.
Go ahead, Joel.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Coach, your group, since that Boston game has played in 4 straight, close contests coming down the wire. Just how valuable for a young group is this close game experience?
Dan, they're super valuable. They sting right now, but these guys, they continue to compete down the stretch. These are valuable lessons to learn as we understand what to do in late game situations with execution, getting our shots, and how we need to play down the stretch. I really think these are great lessons for these guys to learn as we go through this. And, we make 2 or 3 more shots, a couple free throws, and we walk away from this one.
Phil Rossman Reich, Orlando Magic Daily.
Coach, obviously being down a player as important as Wendell is tough. What's the lesson there in learning how to adjust when a key player's out? You've obviously had key players out throughout the course of the year, but what's kind of the lesson there in learning how to play without someone so pivotal to how the offense operates?
Well, again, it's a next man up mentality. I think Freddie came in and did a really good job. And Mo came in and did what he needed to do. From a defensive standpoint, trying to do a better job protecting the rim. But again, it's a next man up mentality. The guys stepped in, did what they needed to do again. But they made some shots down the stretch. We missed quite a few shots down on the back end, but we gave ourselves an opportunity to win this game.
Luke Hectrick, Spectrum Sports.
Hey, Jamahl, piggybacking off what Dan said, these last 8, you've been, many of them have been very competitive and gone down to the wire. But what is the fear in that from a mental standpoint that these guys are consistently in those games, but not being able to close it out?
Well, these are just lessons. We watch film, we'll break it down, we'll understand different situations we can put ourselves in, different guys that are going to get different shots in different scenarios. So I think it is a understanding that we got to continue to grow and get better in these situations, as a whole, just myself included.
Kobe Price, Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, Jamahl. Oh, I know you were asked about Tim earlier, but what have you thought about, I guess, Freddie, what he's given you guys, I guess, in the past, 19, 20 days, coming from Lakeland and just contributing right away, even starting at times?
I think he's done a great job for us. Obviously he's done a great job rebounding the basketball, being in coverages, blocking shots, obviously collecting rebounds, done a great job there, but his energy, his effort has just been fantastic for us.
And then I guess you can look generally, for the guys who have been with the team, in and out on an emergency basis. I guess, what have you taken away from what they've given you guys? I guess, what are, some lessons that I guess the team has taken from them as a whole or learned from them?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, all the Ting Day guys, the emergency guys who've come in, via hardship exceptions, like whatever, I guess, what has the team learned from them? What lessons can the team learn from how they contributed in the way that they did the past 3 weeks?
Well, I think these guys, you learn that you just always have to stay ready. The next man up mentality, you have to stay ready to be ready to compete in all of these games. I think that's a great lesson for all the young guys to learn and keep experiencing.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Coach, you have another one here in less than 24 hours with these tight road home back-to-backs. What are the keys for the group?
Our health, making sure we're taking care of our bodies. It's a quick turnaround. Got Washington tomorrow, but just making sure we're getting the proper treatment, the proper rest as much as we can, and then just being smart. When we get home, and just making sure we're taking care of our bodies. That's the biggest key for us right now.
Thank you, Coach Mosley.
Thank you, guys.
You see there on that last 3-point shot attempt that tried to tie the game?
I personally, I thought they was going to foul me, so I kind of it kind of played some mind games and, it took me to really, we honestly just could have got a better look. And so just bad shot, got to learn from it.
Down the stretch, did you like the shot selection as you from your team as a whole? Could the ball be moving?
Nah, the ball definitely, what we did those first couple of quarters, like what I did too, like and what we did as a team, well, we should have stuck to that. And so, just got to learn from it. I took a lot of probably as many bad shots as I've taken since my rookie year. So, I mean, just, we're going to learn from it and get another game tomorrow, right? So be better tomorrow.
What was working for you guys in that third quarter? Obviously, you came back from 10 down, tied the game going into the fourth. What was working after halftime?
We just, we kind of were moving the ball a good amount. And, whenever we had a mismatch, we would take advantage of that, but not just by scoring, by, moving the ball and letting the ball find the open man. So, we got away from that in that fourth quarter. And that, that's on me. So I got to be better than that. So fix it.
Gary Harris had a season high 28 tonight. What did you see from him and how productive and effective has he been over the last several weeks?
Gary's been super, super effective. So, I'm very happy that he's got going now. I got to take it upon myself, get Franz going again. He didn't get as many shots as he should have got way more shots tonight. So I got to do a better job of just, finding him and, letting him work. And, also just put him in situations where he can thrive.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Well, I know you haven't played in all of them, but your team's been in 4 close straight games since the Boston game. Just for a young group, how valuable is that? And what are some of your takeaways to help close out some of these close games?
I think that we have honestly all the tools to start closing those close games out now. I got to do a much better job to help my team. And then I think that, it's just obviously the more you go through situations, the better you're going to be. But I think we've gone through these situations a lot, and I think we can start to win games now. So just got to start to do that. And it starts with me. I just got to be way better, way, way better.
Philip Rossman Reich, Orlando Magic Daily.
Obviously, you guys have played a lot of games without some of your key guys, but playing without Wendell tonight, how much did you miss having him as a little bit of a safety valve, and how do you kind of make up for losing someone with his talent and his abilities?
I mean, I think honestly, I thought Freddie did a really good job, really stepped up tonight, rebounded the ball, set some good screens, made some good decisions. So we shout out to Freddie, but it's always harder when you're missing a dude who's, been on our starting lineup since last year. And Wendell's a heck of a player. So obviously we want him out there, but he has to get healthy. So he wanted to take his time, get fully healthy, get back out there. But I thought Freddie did a pretty great job tonight.
Kobe Price, Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, Cole, what have you thought about, not just tonight's game, but I guess the past several games, about your guys' transition defense, particularly after rebounds, and, how, I guess, the opposing team, they may get a bucket quickly, even though you guys, may have 4 or 5 back already?
Yeah, I mean, we just, for us, it's all about communication and effort, just, not wanting to let them score, not bailing them out by fouling them, whatever it is. We just got to be more tied together as a group. And so we've worked on it a lot in practice, but comes game time, we just got to execute. So it's on us as a team. We just got to be better.
And I know you weren't available for every game that he played, but what have you thought, I guess, of what Tim's contributed over the past 20 days that he's been with the team, and also has there anything that you've learned from him, just being around him, hanging around him, and just being in the locker room?
Yeah, Tim, old head, man. He knows the game pretty well. He's been around the league. He's been around it. So me and him talk a pretty good amount, and he's giving me some pretty good advice. And I just been trying to do my best to listen to him. So I gotta, I'm gonna keep talking to him and take advantage of him while he's here. So just super happy to have him here. And I think he's done a great job when he's playing too.
What's the biggest piece of advice he's given you?
Let's see. I probably would say, just taking it just for like in the games, using my speed, using whatever I can to get in the lane, not just getting there just to score, but to make plays for others. And so I didn't do the best job of that tonight. So, I'm gonna take that advice a little better and, try to help us get a win tomorrow.
Okay, final question, Philip Rossman Reich, Orlando Magic Daily.
Obviously, you've touched on this a little bit. The shooting percentage is not as great tonight. What do you have to do to kind of get the team moving when the team is struggling to make shots the way that they were tonight?
I think that we just, we got to continue to get good looks, one, but then two, try to sprinkle some easy ones in there sometimes, like those, whether it's like a fast break, layup, like we get a feet set 3 from wherever it's at. We just got to get a few more of those. And I got to do a better job of, help set my team up to get in positions like that. So, I take a lot of responsibility, but, shoot, Price wanted to be great. You got to take a lot of responsibility. So I'm going to keep working and, another game tomorrow, another opportunity. So just get back in the lab. Let's go get one tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Cole.
Down the stretch, did you like the shot selection you guys were getting, or did you feel the ball needs a little bit?
We know we've been working on in the game situations a lot these last few days, and still ways for us to improve. The outcome didn't go as we wanted, but we're gonna go back and we're gonna look at the film and continue to figure out ways to be better in the game situations.
You had a season high of 28 points, and now you've been on a roll late the last few weeks. What are you seeing from yourself as far as getting into a rhythm?
Just the chemistry with the guys, just knowing the spots to be on the floor, and just being able to step up and knock down shots.
Is this the healthiest you felt in a while? Obviously, you've dealt with some injuries last.
I'm just taking it one day at a time. I feel great. So the training staff, they've been doing a great job. So just continue to, take it one day at a time, continue to make sure I'm healthy and keep adding these games up.
After halftime, you guys did kind of clamp down defensively. Are you liking what you're seeing from the team as far as the effort on that end of the floor?
We know win, lose, or draw, we know what our staples are going to be, and that's going to be putting pressure on the defensive end. We can't necessarily control. Some days the ball doesn't go in the hoop, but we can control our effort on defense. So Mose and the whole coaching staff, they do a great job of putting emphasis on the defensive end, because when we do sit down and lock in, we can really lock up. So just continue to make that a main staple, and regardless of what's going on the offensive side, making sure we're able to lock up on defense.
Go ahead, Joel.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Gary, since the Celtics game, your team's been in some, tight, close contests. For a young team, you've been through this rebuilding process before. How valuable can those end game situations of close games be for a young group?
I mean, it's huge. It's the only way you can learn from it is being in the situation. And say we win a few of those games, 7 games could be 12 games, and just looking at it that way, we're not far. We're in pretty much every single game. If we clean up a few mistakes here and there, and continue to trust each other, trust what the coaching staff is saying, trust our coverages, and trust each other, continue to help each other out, we can turn these losses into wins and continue to build this confidence and keep it rolling.
Philip Rossman Reich, Orlando Magic Daily.
As Dan said, you've kind of been in this rebuilding situation before. How do you keep that confidence up in the guys? I mean, obviously the record's not where you guys want it to be, but like you said, you kind of keep that mindset that you can flip some of these. How do you keep that confidence up when the results just aren't there yet?
Just keep working. That's all you can do is keep working. And, we have a work team. We have a work coaching staff. So every day we come in, we're working to get better. And, when you have an environment like that, it could be tough at times, when you lose. But, when you're around guys who constantly put in the work, who constantly, believe in themselves and constantly want to get better, it makes the environment way better. And that if you keep staying the course, the good things are going to come.
Kobe Price, Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, Gary, it seems like throughout the season, not just tonight, but throughout the season, the team struggled with transition defense, particularly off of a rebound, I guess the opposing team's defensive rebound. Are you seeing the same thing? And I guess what's the key to fixing that?
That's something we talk about every day is getting back in transition, not letting them get them easy points, because we know how good our defense is when we have a set defense. So just communication is the main thing, being able to declare ball, stop ball, and be able to fan out to, the different men that might not necessarily be your matchup, but just making sure we have bodies on bodies.
And if I could follow up on that real quickly, I guess what's prevented that from, happening consistently up to this point in the season?
It's part of the growing process that we're going through. We got to continue to communicate. We have to, that every second on the court, the best teams, championship teams, they communicate. Everybody's on the same page. So in order for us to continue to grow, we have to continue to be better, and our chemistry has to be better, especially talking on the defensive end.
All right. Thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Joel.